All right, friends, come on in here and sit down somewhere. I'm about to take y'all through my week as a determined Black creative living in LA. So I'm actually excited to share this week. Like, the weeks are not always eventful. Like, when I tell you there be some days where or weeks even, where I'm just chilling. I'm just scrolling on TikTok. Y'all, why did somebody hack and like change all the information in my TikTok yesterday? The pain and the hurt that I felt, like, and that I still feel, and it's like it's happening right when I'm like, oh, I'm about to be so consistent. Why would you do that? Like, I only had like 2,000 followers on there. What are you doing with them? And it's like they hacked my account, changed all my information, but all my videos and stuff are still up there, and they changed my username too. So that's annoying. Stick with me while I try to rebuild that. If anybody from TikTok is watching this, please help me. Please. Anyway, let's get into the week. Sunday was a spirit-filled day. Sunday was so beautiful. Oh my goodness. I woke up that morning, I lit some incense, and I watched church online. Church service was beautiful. What was it about? Do I remember what it was about? I don't remember what the sermon was about, but I know it moved me. Okay? I know it moved me. And then that night I went to worship night service with my boyfriend, and it was such a beautiful service. Like, oh my goodness, my church partnered with another church here in LA, and it was just a night of singing, of praise, of worship. We got a word from the guest pastor, and it was so beautiful. The one song, maybe I played like a little clip of it, but it was like, I got a new thing coming. Hey, I got a new thing coming. I was like, wow, I do, huh, Lord? Don't I, Jesus? Jesus got a new thing coming for me. Amen, hallelujah. So Monday, I went to Hilltop Coffee and Kitchen. And if you don't know what that is Ohhsopreshous coffee shop, the one that she co-owns. And it's so dope. Like, I love the vibe in there. I always love the vibe in there. It's so big. The natural light just hits. And they always have a good playlist. So I just did some co-working on Monday with my man. And it was really, really nice, really productive. I edited the second episode of Diary of a Determined Black Creative. That is up on my channel right now. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and give it a watch, wherever it may be. I spent all my time in there editing that video, trying to be a little content creator.
They're like, oh, it's powder coming out of it. I'm like, oh my god.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get there. I'm working on it. Okay, I'm getting better every day. The drink was good. I wanted some cornbread, but they was out that day. Yes, they have cornbread, y'all, and it's good. It's really good. But they were out. I was so hurt. It's okay though, because right after that, me and my man went to go get some burgers from this place called Storm Burger, and it was my first time having it, and it was pretty good. He like raves about that spot, but that spot is pretty freaking good. If you haven't been, I recommend. That's also in Inglewood. And we took those burgers and we ate them at the park, did a little frolic. Everybody needs to frolic at the park at least once in their life. It really does hit. It does something to the soul, something to the mind, something to the body, something to the spirit. That sounds like it could be a song. Something to the soul, something to the mind, something to the body, something to the spirit, something to the soul, something to the mind, something to the... I might have that for y'all. I might write some. After our little frolic, we went to the mall and we bought matching shoes, y'all. Is it getting serious or what? But no, it was so nice because I never treat myself. I have been wanting Sambas for so long, Adidas Sambas, and I've always been like, yeah, when I get some more money, I'm gonna buy myself some Adidas Sambas. Just, some spending money, something, and it's like I've had the spending money, but like every time I have the opportunity to like actually buy something, I'm like, I don't need it. Like, I tell myself that all the time. I don't need it. I can get it another time. I don't need it. Get the thing you want. Like, get the thing you want because it does something to the mind, something to the body, something to the soul. Okay, I'll stop. So I got a black pair of Sambas and a white pair of Sambas. I said, you know what? I'm going to treat myself, but let's double it. Okay? And did. And I love them. I spent all day editing. Like, one thing about me if I am locked into something, I am locked in, and I can be locked in for the full day. I probably won't eat. I won't sip nothing. I'm just locked in on that one thing all day long. So yeah, I finished up my edits, and then that night I went to the meetup. Shout out to Markeith, who hosts the meetup. It is an amazing event. Just Black creatives galore. Not even just creatives either. Like, you have your Black, like, corporate baddies. You have your doctors, your entrepreneurs. You're like, I don't know. There's literally one of everything. I'm not even gonna play. It's such an amazing time. So highly recommend, if you have not been to the meetup, go to the meetup. And the music hits. I love the music there. Shout out DJ E Breeze. He be bringing the hits, bringing the beats. Real fire. On Wednesday, I uploaded episode 2 of Diary of a Determined Black Creative here on my channel. And honestly, it's doing a lot better than I thought it would right now, which, like, it only has like 200 views almost, but I'm like, wow, I didn't even think it would get that. So thank y'all so much for tuning in and for enjoying it. Like, I really did put a lot of effort and a lot of care and a lot of creativity into that video. So it makes my heart so happy that people are actually enjoying it and, you know, receiving what I'm trying to get. And then I took myself on a little skate day, a nice little evening skate session. All right, Thursday was the busiest day of them all. It started off with me knowing, let's do a little woo. So Friday, spoiler alert, Friday is Essence Hollywood House. And if you don't know what Essence Hollywood House is, it's basically like a dope panel discussion where a bunch of creatives come in. They speak about, you know, their side of creativity, whether that's fashion, whether that's, you know, acting, producing, things like that. And yeah, it's just a full day of panel discussions, Black creatives. And they also have a speed mentoring session that I have missed. Like, I have missed speed mentoring every single time I've gone to this event. And it hurts my heart because I'm like, dang, I need a mentor. Like, that's one thing that I'm really missing as a creative, is a mentor, and something that I think that I could really benefit from. We jumping back to Thursday. So I'm like, dang, Hollywood House is tomorrow. I am praying, like, I have all the faith that I am going to get a speed mentoring session tomorrow. And I want to have all the facts about my show, because what I need mentorship on is Skate Sesh with Presh, which is my skate talk show where I interview creatives on skates. And I wanted to kind of like talk to a mentor about that, but also like semi-pitch it and have like any information that I need ready. And I was like, there's one thing that I know that I want out of this show, and that is to eventually shoot in a skating rink. And I was like, but I don't know how much that costs at all. Like, I don't know how much it costs. I've been so afraid to call this rink for like a year, and I don't know why. I have no idea why. I'm like overthinking everything. I'm like, they're gonna tell me that they can't give out that information because I'm not a production company head. Like, I'm just a regular random girl. Like, they're not gonna pick up the phone. I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to do that. It's not gonna work out. It's gonna be too expensive. Like, everything in my head was just like telling me, like, just pushing me away from making that one phone call. So I decided to make that phone call because I'm like, if I have a mentor tomorrow and they ask me how much it costs to shoot inside of a rink, I need to know this. I need to know that. So I called the rink. Let's do this.
Thank you for calling. We are open 7 nights a week. From all pre-sale tickets can be purchased online for all sessions. For filming, please press 6. For the very film friendly. Location scouts are welcome to make an appointment to visit anytime between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. You can email our office manager at .com or press 0. To return to the main menu, please press 9. May I help you?
Hi, I'm just calling to see if I can get a quote on filming for about a 4-hour shoot.
Our filming is if I could talk, that would help. Our base rate for filming is...
Okay, got it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
did that. And it was so quick. And that's something I've been wanting to do, and I have questioned for probably a year now. I have like a tear forming in my eyes. I thought pressing 0 was gonna take me to like a voicemail maybe. She picked up quick. I had to, hi, whoa. Do the thing, friend. Do the thing. If that is not overthinking to the highest degree, like I put that phone call off for a year and the call took all of what, 2 minutes? If that. So now I have the answer to that question and I can move accordingly. So like whether or not I partner with a media company, if I decide to do this myself or I decide to reach out to sponsors or anything, I can be like, hey, I want to shoot at this rink and this is how much money I need. And it took me all of 30 seconds. After that phone call, I had my very first in-person audition of the year, y'all. Oh my gosh, the first in-person of the year. That's exciting. And it was fun. They had us get into groups. I got into groups with 3 other actors and we just, were acting like we was just hanging out, eating, chilling, vibing. And it was a lot of fun. I think I killed it. We'll have to wait and see. I'm just kidding. I already know because, I'm doing this video late. I got a call back and I had to call back today. After the audition, I headed across the street and I got me some lunch. I just wanted to decompress because I'm the type of person that like I'll audition and I'll be like, okay, like it is what it is. I leave it all in the room. Like, because honestly, at the end of the day, it's not my decision whether I book it or not. Like I did what I could do and now the casting directors have to do what they're gonna do. And so yeah, I give it my all, I leave it in the room, but I'm also the type of person that I'm like, why did I do that? Did I do this in the room? Did I do that? Did I do this? So I'm like, you know what, let me go get lunch and we're just gonna decompress. I ended the night at the Lakers pregame party. It was a lot of fun. Me and my man, we got there pretty late. We got there probably like 10-ish minutes before they were shutting everything down, but it was still dope. It was still a fun time. Shout out to DJ Dashay from Dago. She really ate. The vibes were there. I was jamming, I was vibing. Me and my man was grooving. We had a really good time. Friday was Essence Hollywood House Day, and I was waiting for this day all week, all month, all year. I learned so freaking much. Let's see what I learned, because I wrote it. I had this notebook with me. Panel that I was most excited about seeing was about content creation. I just want to share with y'all some of the things that I learned. That they don't overthink and overplan, but they do like to post things that are entertaining, engaging, and things that provide value to their audience, which makes a lot of sense. Kev on stage was saying he tests a lot of his content on his stories. So he'll post something that he's thinking about posting on his regular feed into his stories and see how that performs. Like if it gets a lot of likes on his stories, he's like, okay, this is a post that they're liking on the story, so let's post it in feed. And then they got into pitching yourself. Kev was like, I don't pitch myself. He's like, I ain't doing that. He's like, my ego ain't gonna let me do that. I just hope that, somebody sees it and they send it to the right person, but personally, I'm not gonna reach out. That's what he was saying. And the other 2 were like, no, pitch yourself. And they're saying to DM people, message people on LinkedIn and Instagram, stuff like that. One person was saying how they wanted a collab with like Nissan because they had a Nissan and they started putting Nissans in all their videos and then ended up reaching out to the company and ended up getting a free car. Like what? Like what? That's all it took was for you to reach out? That inspired me because I was like, all it takes is for you to really DM and pitch people. And I think that's one thing that like I get pretty nervous about too. I'm like Kev in that sense where I'm like, I just hope that the right person sees it. Like I'm just gonna pray. I'm just gonna have the faith that the right person is going to see this and like send me where I need to go. I always find it hard to do the reaching out. So it was just nice to hear that, that's worked out for someone like that. Like, what you mean? A free car? That's insane. But yeah, on top of that, they were talking about just showing brands where product placement can fit into your content. Maybe if you're a dancer, it's like, okay, I'm doing this dance video in front of a car. That way Nissan knows that like, hey, your car could be back here and this video is gonna get this amount of views and do this in engagement and stuff like that. And they also got into getting paid for your work. And someone said, ask what their budget is. I do remember the very first time that I got a paid job, I undersold myself so bad. I undersold myself like a mug. And they're like, so what's your budget? Like, how much is this gonna, how much, what's your budget? And I was like, oh, I usually make content for like $50. Every time I think about how I said that, I'm like, oh, Precious, you were so young. Honestly, I was so thankful to this brand that I worked with because they were so honest. They were like, oh, well, we were thinking about paying you $750. I said, matter of fact, you're right. I meant to say $750. I just said 50, but I meant $750. What? So like the fact that I like undersold myself has always, like, since then I've always been like, hold on, but like what's their budget? Because it might be higher than mine. So that was a good point to make. I finally got to do speed mentoring, y'all. It took some fight. It took a little bit of fight to get in there, but I held my own and we made it into speed mentoring, and that was amazing. I learned so much, so freaking much from them that I'm like, wow, like I'm so glad that I was able to do this. So blessed. There was a lot of talk about copywriting and trademarking your work as a creative. I talked to someone about wanting to pitch my show to various media companies, and she gave me so many. And I told her what the show was about. She was like, oh, try this company, this company, this company, this company. I'm like, who? Let me write them all down. Let me get them down. And then, y'all, I ended up meeting there she was one of the mentors, the head of production at one of these media companies. And I was like, look at God. Hold on. Look at God. Let me just, hey, let me just tell you a little bit about my show. Let me just tell you a little something. Hey, let me tell you something. So that was dope. That was really cool. She encouraged me to reach out to her on LinkedIn, which I did. We'll see where that goes. I'm hoping for good news. I'm praying for good news. And I hope I can come back to y'all with some good news on that. But we'll see. A lot about pitch decks. And then I asked, because I think in the future I do want a manager and I should get a manager. So one of the mentors was like, try a manager workshop. Like, they have manager workshops in LA, and that's not something that I knew about. So that was amazing to hear as well. Saturday was I was locked in on Saturday. So all that stuff that I learned Friday from Essence Hollywood House, I tried my best to incorporate into Saturday. So I spent all of Saturday editing and refining my pitch deck so that I could send that to the woman who is the head of production at one of those media companies. And I worked my little tail off. So I'm praying that, I did what I needed to do. I think I'll make a video on, how I made my pitch deck. So I don't know too much about it. I just kind of did it my own way. I love it. If no one else loves it, I love it. And I'm proud of myself. We're pitching. We're out here. Okay. People are getting to know us. It's going to work out. I have all the faith. And if it doesn't, it's just God's plan. It's just God's plan. It's just God's plan. I'm praying. Please, Lord, please let it work out. Yeah, that was my week as a determined Black creative here in LA. And follow me along for the next one. Y'all probably will not get another one of these next week. It probably won't be another one next week because I can't lie. I ain't been doing nothing. I ain't been doing nothing. I feel like last week drained me. It drained me. And so I've just been chilling. I am reading The Artist's Way. I'm on week 8, I think, of The Artist's Way, so I can make a video about that. I haven't even read that. I was supposed to read it yesterday. Yeah. But I'm gonna do that now. Maybe I'll have something to make a video for y'all on about that. But yeah, we'll see. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions, anything you want to see. Leave it down for me in the comments, and I will be sure to get to you. We in this together, friends. That was so awkward. I didn't know how to end this. Oh my gosh. Bye, y'all. See you in the next one.